What up, B? Nice to see you, man. Hello, YouTube. How you guys all doing? Nice to see you guys. Another patch, another video. You guys know how it goes. We're going to be talking about these new changes, going change by change. So here we go. Added Trapper to Hero Labs. That is a new hero. Added support for Hero Labs and private lobbies, private bot games, and sandbox that can be used anytime. Various adjustments to experimental heroes are listed in the game notes for Hero Labs. So new add-ons for the new heroes. Added quick buy. You can now right-click items in the shop to add them to your quick buy queue. When you return to the shop, you'll automatically purchase items you can afford in your set order. An indicator on HUD will light up, and then you can afford the next item on your list. In settings, you may change the purchase mode to use hotkey while in range of the shop rather than auto purchase. I'm gonna have to set that up. The shaders, map, and various other resources will now pre-compile on the dashboard to improve loading times when getting into a match. This also reduces in-game hitching in some case. Nice. Added a visual indicator when browsing builds that shows which time. The quick buys comes from Dota, so that's going to be really sick. That has to be set up. Very important. Added a visual indicator when browsing builds that shows which item types are most present in the build. Weapon, vitality, spirit. Most present in the build, so most used. Okay. Or most popular. Added recent purchases logged to the shop that displays all items bought by players during a match ordered by most recent. That's awesome. What up, Yodi? What's up, Grazie? Added support for the new Steam game recording timeline API. It's automatically adds a timeline marker for kills, deaths, and team objectives. Awesome. Amazing for watching back and watching back games. Added checkbox and settings to force the game to take focus in the game's on pause. You can now hover party members. Okay. Added a frenzy text when you own frenzy and go below. That's really important because sometimes I go under 50% health and I don't know when I'm getting the full stats. Knowing when I get the stats is nice. Little streamer mode. Hero stats to the left side of the HUD are now hidden by default and can be viewed by holding Alt or Tab. When the stat is temporarily increased or decreased, it will show by default duration. Added a hover tooltip description to the stats on the left side. Okay. Bots will more aggressively attack shrines and Patreon when pushing into the enemy base. Okay, bots OP. Fix being able to briefly gain region when crossing the veil of the enemy fountain. Oh, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. It's on getting assist credit while flying guided out. Wow, I didn't know that. Makes sense though. Fix inner sacrifice, changing facing directions. A lot of fixes. Fix using melee secure orbs being a little unresponsive. Yes, that is one of the biggest things that I've noticed. I always melee before they even shoot, and it doesn't calibrate it. New effect for vicious heavy melee. Sick. I love the new visuals. Added an ambient looping sound for each bridge power up. Cool. Fix some animation issues with Vindicta. Okay. Added a zipline animation for Vindicta. Okay. Looped. Various bug fixes. Okay. Added a missing lean animation near walls for Mirage. Okay. Sandblast distance and AoE read input. Okay. New sounds. Yamato's power slash. Flying strike. Okay. All Yamato's abilities. New sounds at Ash's ground strike. Okay. Renamed mouse wheel to chat wheel. Steam input support. Added all missing Steam input actions from key bindings, including flying out, flying down. Added a replay controls. Allows Steam Deck to see key bindings. Improves glyph swapping behavior with mixing controller and keyboard inputs. Added controller tab to house controller specific options. Added a Steam input. Okay, all around just updates. Really good updates, making the game cleaner. Now we're going to talk about some gameplay here. Troopers no longer change soul sharing rules after laning phase ends, meaning two heroes don't split souls. Wait, troopers no longer change soul sharing rules after laning phase ends, meaning two heroes don't split souls. Troopers no longer increase their bounty by 20% at 8 minutes. Wow, it's going to be a lot less gold then, no? Hero kill increased from 150 to 1400 to 175 to 2000 from 0 minutes to 45. Wow, I like some more. Less from the waves, more from the kills. This is what Dota did. So now when you get kills, they matter a lot more because minions are less and kills matter more. Neutral creeps now give... Oh my god, and farming jungle means less. Okay, this is exactly the route they had to take. Smite should take notes. Literally, they took 20 years for them to understand this and took Deadlock, 2 months, maybe less. Troopers now take 28% more damage from Guardians. Wow, so pushing is much harder. Walker, so like, you know, Guardians just dying to Troopers without anyone being there is not going to happen as often. Walkers damage versus players increased by 10% versus players, so walkers feel more like you're part of the map. Guardians will now focus their attack on enemy players when enemy player shoots a hero and the enemy players within 15 meters of the Guardian. Oh, okay. Wow, this changes so much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Moved 8 neutral camps, 4 on each side, from outside the outer lanes, behind the walkers, and between inner and outer lanes. Okay, that's really important. So all the farm is concentrated here. Before, you used to be able to just go on the outskirts and farm up. Original, bum, 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 bum. Now the update is doom, 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 all on the inside. Nice. Very good change. All positive, because now you want to be on the inside of the map. The outside, you're getting rewarded for being on the outside of the map. Now you can farm and still be in part of the fights. It makes a lot of sense. Added cosmic veils to the ground floor entrances to mid that grant vision looking in, but blocking vision looking out. Awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see it. Makes sense to me to put in the game. Biased earned delivery locations move slightly closer to neutral positions. This is needed to be changed. I mean, damn, they're popping off with this patch. Great patch all around. Like, and I've only read like a quarter of it. Minor adjustments to the respawn curve. 40 seconds respawn happening at 20 minutes now happens at 17 minutes. 40-second respawn happening at 20 minutes now happens at 17. Wow. Okay. So dying earlier in the game is going to get punished harder. Walker armor loss over time now happens at 16 instead of 14, so pushing Walker is going to be much harder. Trooper spirit resist goes to 30% instead of 40% at 25 minutes, so it drops off. Nice. Mid boss rejuve trooper health increased by 30%. Mid boss rejuve trooper health. Wow, that is a lot. I feel like they were already very tanky. Mid boss rejuve trooper health. Wow, that is a lot. I feel like they were very tanky. Fixed troopers resistance against base guardians not working properly. Okay. Redesign the warehouse interior to allow entry from the front of the tenements and music hall buildings. Move the stairs from the warehouse interior onto the underground tunnel further from the earned delivery location. Have to feel it. View attachment. Oh, I forgot to have that. Okay. Removed all railings from fire escape stairs. Passed at making rooftops smoother to navigate. Removed angle supports from chimney. Removed collision from small props. Added stairs to the top of bodega. All has to be felt in my opinion, but this is awesome. I love new map changes, new ways to move around. Replace small chimneys and temporary spikes with larger roof spikes to designate zap trigger locations. Oh, that's cool. Replace temporary antenna with more menacing version of designate. That's cool. I like that. These changes were included early in the map update that came out with the Halloween patch. New hotel building at Art Pass. Change exit location from player spawn area to the rest of the base at angled walls. Shop. Base update. Wow. All around just great changes. Close quarters no longer grants plus 85 bullet shield health. Now grants plus 5 bullet resist. Interesting. No longer grants 7% bullet resist. Now, okay, so close quarters gets better late. I think this is better late, and this is better early. So it just became stronger, which is kind of weird because you want it for the early. So I think all around a small nerf to the item. Restorative shot no longer grants plus 7% bullet resist. Now grants plus 90 bullet shield. Now procs on orb. Restorative now procs on orb shots for NPC heal value. Wow, that's cool. I like that. Melee charge no longer grants plus 1 HP region. Melee charge weapon damage reduced from 12 to 10%. Okay, nerf to melee charge. Long range weapon damage reduced from 40% to 30%. Long range now grants plus 10% weapon damage. Okay. So just rearrange where the damage is. Berserker bullet resist increased from 7 to 9%. Oh, that's big. Active reload now grants plus 50 health buff. Slowing bullets, spirit power increased from 5 to 6, small buff. Sharpshooter long range weapon damage reduced from 70% to 50%. Okay, they just rearranged sharpshooter too. Alchemy fire now grants plus 1 sprint. Interesting buff. Heroic aura cooldown reduced from 32 to 25. Big buff. Intensifying magazine time to reach max damage reduced from 3 seconds to 2.7. Buff. Toxic bullets damage changed from 5% of current health to 2.5% of max health. I think that's a buff, all in all. Shadow Weave. Yeah, that's definitely a buff. Shadow Weave detection range increased from 18 Sorry about that, champ. So that's a buff to Shadow Wave. Glass Cannon, health loss reduction from 15% to 12% buff. Frenzy, low HP, bullet resist increase from 45 to 55. Low HP, bullet resist increase from 45 to 55. Wow, buff, big buff. Lucky Shot, fix it, causing proc effects to roll twice whenever it procced. Oh, wow. Silencer now grants plus 12 spare resist. Okay. Vampiric cooldown reduced from 35 to 30. Big buff. Vitality, extra health. Weapon damage increases 6 to 7. Buff. Healing rate, duration increase from 19 to 20. Total. Okay, so just a nerf to healing rate by 1 second. Bullet armor, bullet resist increased from 25 to 26%. Buff. Return fire, duration increased from reduced from 7 to 6. Nerf. Healing Nova now grants plus 6% ability range. Buff. Combat barrier, fire rate increased from 6% to 7%. Combat barrier, fire rate increased from 6% to 7%. Debuff reducer, health increased from plus 75 to 125. Heal Bane healing reduction increased from minus 40% to minus 45%. Okay, so debuff, buff, combat barrier, small buff, Heal Bane, buff. Reactive barrier restores 1 stamina proc, buff. Wow, reactive got buffed. Spirit armor, spirit resist increase. Okay, spirit armor buff. Tanks are getting buffed. Divine barrier no longer grants plus 8 ability range, now grants plus 6 spirit power. Okay, that's fine. Restorative locket no longer grants plus 5 spirit resistance, now grants plus 25% melee resistance. Interesting. Metal skin no longer blocks melee damage. Interesting. Debuff remover, you just start swinging now when they metal skin now. If you're a haze or something. Debuff remover, debuff resistance increased from 35 to 40%. Big debuff buff all around. It's the CD and the amount of debuffs. Veil Walker. Veil Walker ammo increased from 12 to 15% buff. Veil Walker weapon damage increased from 10 to 50% buff. Fortitude health increased by, what is that, 35 health. Buff. Life Strike bullet resistance increased to 10% buff. Soul Rebirth removed from the game. I think that's good. Inhibitor slow reduced from 25 to 20%. Nerf. Siphon bullets now grant plus 15% weapon damage. Big buff. Phantom Strike now grounds any flying targets on impact, similar to slowing hex. Similar to how slowing hex used to work. Okay. So Phantom Strike is a new counter. Instead of getting knocked on, you can get knocked on and or Phantom Strike. Ammo Scavenger duration increased from 35 seconds to 45 seconds. Mystic Burst now triggers on your base damage rather than how much the target receives. That's good. It's a buff. Slowing Hex now uses Enduring Spirit as a component. Wow. Slowing Hex now gains plus 10% Spirit Lifesteal and plus 75 bonus. Also Enduring Spirit stats. Slowing Spirit Power reduced from 5 to 4 and no longer grants plus 1 sprint. Slowing Hex damage reduced by to 70-40. I mean, Slowing Hex is still a really good item. I think it might be even better now. Just obviously less damage, but who gives a fuck about the damage? You get 75 bonus health and Spirit Lifesteal. Pretty interesting. Withering Whip. Bullet resist reduction reduced from minus 14 to minus 11. Withering Whip CD reduced and now deals 50 spirit damage. Wow, Withering Whip got buff all across. Decay now grants plus 1.5 HP region. Now grants plus 8% ability duration. Decay healing reduction from minus 50 to minus 70%. Decay bleed damage reduced from 3.1% to 1%. Decay cooldown reduced from 45 to 12 seconds. So I think that's a buff all around, but the damage kind of hurts. But I mean, it's just purely anti-heal now. Improved cooldown reduction reduced from 16 to 14%. Improved cooldown Spirit Shield improved from 70. Oh wow, they nerfed improved cooldown in a way. But I mean, you get 10% ammo. That's kind of okay. It's whatever. Superior cooldown now grants plus 15% ammo. Nice. Improved burst now triggers on base. Yeah. Improved burst max HP damage reduced from 9% to 8%. nerf. Magic Carpet now grants 10% ability range. Wow. That's nice. Hero changes. Abraham's reverted melee attack speed reduction. So buff. Abraham's shoulder charge can now be used left, right strafe to slightly change direction. Okay, so let's see what that feels like.
Nothing stops me. Ah, you have discerning taste.
Nice. That's a buff. I mean, that's a buff and obviously quality of life. Shoulder charge now carries momentum at the end of the charge.
Making my move. You can't stop me. Out of my way. Charging. Go, go, go. Let's go. Charging in. Headed in. Nothing stops me. Charging.
Sometimes I got momentum, sometimes I didn't. Siphon Life Spirit scaling increased from 0.3 to 0.36, so you got a little bit more rebuild spirit on his one. Infernal Resilience damage region reduced from 15 to 40% on nerf. Infernal Resilience damage region duration increased from 18 to 20. Buff, small nerf. Infernus Resilience tier 3 reduced from +8 to +7 nerf. Abraham's fixed an issue where seismic impact would travel more downwards instead of the facing direction. Interesting. Bebop Sticky Bomb damage. Bebop Sticky Bomb damage gain per hero impact increased from 1% to 1.5 buff. Bebop Sticky Bomb damage gain per hero kill reduced from 5 to 4%. Small nerf. Bebop Sticky Bomb tier 3 change from disarm to -30 damage % penalty for 5 seconds. Similar to Inhibitor's debuff. That's a damage penalty. Does that include spells? Sticky Bomb now calculates its damage at detonation time rather than cast time. Affects item combinations. Sticky Bomb now has a 2x cast range when used on allies. Interesting. That's cool. Hook damage reduced from 40 to 10. Obviously a nerf, but it doesn't really matter. Hook damage now has spirit scaling of 2x. Okay, so it's a buff when you build spirit. Bebop Hyper Beam now goes on cooldown for 3 seconds when cancelled during precast. Okay, we gotta try that.
Michelle is a good person. Like my baby. Only participating in Bloodsport. I'll cut through all of you. I, however, am not shackled.
So you can pump fake it?
Oh, I see. Entertaining use of my
I'm trying to find the last timing.
Changing now.
Oh, you can't shoot and make sure you don't get a shot, but you can pump fake it now. That's really awesome. I love that. Really good change. Dynamo now gains 1% bullet resist per boon, up to 14%. Big buff. Fixed quantum entanglement sometimes not moving to destination properly. Interesting. Singularity now deals 1.5% max HP in the base ability. Huge buff. Singularity tier 3 increased from 3.8% to 4%. Huge buff. Singularity base DPS reduced from 60 to 45. So it scales way more. I think it's a buff all around in my opinion. Great Talent base bullet damage reduced from 27 to 24. Huge nerf. Fuck that character. No cap. Laney versus that character's aids. Bullet damage growth per boon increased from 1.41 to 1.62. Same total damage later on. So, I mean, he just gets the damage later. But, yeah, his early is just ridiculous. So, yeah, this had to happen. Fall off range rescaled from 22 meters to 58 meters to 18 to 54. Rain of arrow strafe distance with stamina reduced by 30%. Oof, that's a big gut. Charge hitbox size reduced by 20%. Wow, these two things just were really good changes. They had to happen to this character. Haze Bullet Dance no longer hits 2 targets. Okay, nerf. Bullet Dance now grants plus 30% fire rate. Oh, that's a good buff. Bullet Dance now allows you to use items during it. Huge buff. Sleep Dagger tier 3 now also causes targets to wake up with a minus 40% fire rate. So buffs all around in my opinion to Haze. Infernus Catalyst slow reduced from 40% to 35%. Nerf. Afterburn build up per bullet. Headshot reduced from 10 to 6% to 9.4. Okay, so nerfs all around for Infernus. Ivy Watcher's Covenant fire rate scaling increased from 0.2 to 0.3. So her 2 got buffed. Ivy same thing. So depending on if you build more aggressively, you get rewarded on your 2. on your leash. Lash ground strike cannot be cast while on the zip line. You couldn't do that before? I feel like you could.
When I come for you, you're gonna know it. I'm about to show you why I'm best at it.
I like the sound.
Tired of getting your ass kicked?
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's responding faster. Fixed interaction between Mirage, Tornado, and Death Slam. Oh yeah, that's a big bug. Ground Strike now pulls enemies to the ground with you, similar to Stone Form. Oh my god, that is sick. Big buff. Obviously very hard to execute, but mini turrets DPS reduced from 60 to 40. Big nerf. Mini turrets health reduced from 20% max HP to 15%. McGinnis nerf all around. Mirage bullet size reduced from 6 to 5. Nerf. Tornado speed reduced from 20. Nerf. Tornado lift duration 1.1 with nerf. Fire scales nerf. Nerf all around. Yeah, Mirage was definitely very, very, very strong. Got nerfs. Like those are small nerfs all around. What's up, Articus? Paradox bullet velocity increased from 401 to 525. Big buff. Time Wall no longer has charges. Big nerf. Time Wall no longer deals 10% max health damage. Big nerf. Time Wall cooldown reduced from 37 to 25. Buff, but obviously no charges, so doesn't make up for it, I don't think so. Time Wall tier 2 now deals 10% max health damage. Nerf still, because it used to have it on its base level. Kinetic Carbine max damage AM increased from 85 to 100%. Big buff. Paradox of swap time to complete the swap reduced from 0.5 to 1.5 to 0.3 to 0.6. Variable based on distance. Big buff, I think. Yes. Pocket Barrage spirit scaling from 0.4 to 0.5. Buff, a small buff. Light melee damage increase from 63 to 75. Well, that's a big buff for me. I'll be punching on Pocket. Vindicta base bullet damage reduced from 15 to 13. Nerf. Bullet damage growth per boon increased from 0. So more of a scaling character. Stake duration increase. Okay, more CC. Flight tier 2 reduced. Less flight. Crow familiar tick rate change from every 0.5 to every 1 seconds. Okay, that's a nerf. Assassinate starts at 25% power instead of 50% power. Interesting. Vicious, the cube health region now scales with spirit at 0.2. Giant buff. Goo ball down dash ability moved from tier 3 to base ability. Goo ball down dash ability.
Most of my kind find legs to be unnerving. It's about to get sticky. I like having a body.
No, I don't go selling these to just anyone.
This is going to be messy.
What else got cast range? It was, I forgot what else got cast range. They took it away from Divine Barrier and put it on what? Do you remember? Oh yeah, Healing Nova has it now.
Someone's using their noodle.
Yo, good night, Bretta. Another item got ability range. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it does.
Godspeed, you beautiful ball of goo.
Let's get Colossus.
This is fun.
Literally stunning the whole fucking lane. That's gonna be fun. Doesn't affect collision with the worlds. Nice. Fix some hit detection issues with Goo Ball. Yeah, I felt like that was happening a lot, but I think hopefully that's fixed. Very nice. Warrior now has +1 sprint. Okay. Warden velocity increased by a lot. So Paradox, Warden's guns are better now. Last Stand. Toggles on cooldown if you die or the ability is interrupted while cast. Big nerf. Last Stand, tier 3. No longer grants unstoppable during channel. Big nerf. Last Stand now grants plus 50% spear resist during channel. Okay. Wraith telekinesis cast time increased from 0.6 0.7. Nerf. Telekinesis damage reduced nerf. Just double nerf to the ult. Small nerfs. Yamato Shadow Transformation now affects the grapple time speed. Buff. Shadow Transformation duration increased from 4 to 6. Huge buff. Shadow Transformation no longer prevents death. Shadow Transformation no longer prevents death. Whoa. Shadow Transformation now grants plus 60% bullet resist and spear resist. Shadow Transformation now heals for 30% HP. Done after the dispel. Shadow Transformation duration now extends by 2 seconds whenever you're going to kill in it for that session. Really interesting. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed all the changes. I think I enjoyed almost all the changes. All of them. I don't remember any of them that weren't really that positive. That negative changes. I don't even remember one. Almost all of it was positive. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys learned something. The new punch animation. Oh yeah, with the extra goo. That is sick.
Harder than you think, doesn't it?
Thank you so much
This may hurt.
for watching, and hope you guys continue to enjoy the Deadlock content on YouTube. Thank you.